What's going on, guys? It's Merky. Guess what? We have a mouse review today, finally. After I don't know how long, we're finally gonna do one. And you guys didn't get me to 200 subs. But, anyways, we'll just do it just to get it out of the way. And since it's the only real Hati-s Wireless review out there, since I'm the only one that waited long enough to actually stress test the thing. Anyways, let's get right down into it. Same dimensions and shape as all the other Hati-S's. You know what I'm talking about. And yeah, there's that. Feet, they give you the sensor ring thing. Most of them are crooked on there. All like fucking 80% of the pictures that I've seen, the sensor ring is crooked. Doesn't really matter because it doesn't touch your pad unless you're probably using like an X-Soft or something like that. It might touch. Probably doesn't. You could take the thing off, sand it down, whatever you want to do. It's just more weight on your mouse. But anyways, the feet, they're just as good as all the other Hati-s. I've covered it in the past. Good stock feet. You don't need to switch them out or anything. I don't know how many sets of replacement feet that I've ordered separately from the mice, from G-Wolves, because I like their feet so much on these mice. So I just have a lifetime supply now. Anyways, Kale 8.0 switches in the mouse. Not bad. The implementation of the switches is not the greatest. You get quite a bit of wobble after a while. They start out pretty good. And then after a while, you get a shit ton of pre and post travel. Like,
more than a week in Hawaii will drive you crazy. Everybody says, aloha. That's all I ever say. Aloha this, aloha that.
let me tell you, you bottom out. Like, there's a lot. And it's not as bad as, like, on my Omron copy. Jesus Christ. And my Stardust with the 8.0s, I've only used for maybe 6 hours. So I'm not even going to mention that one. Because I haven't really put the mouse to the test. I've used both of these mice quite a bit. Like, I still use this one a lot just because it's much lighter. And the wire doesn't really bother me a whole lot since I have a nice little Starry Night paracord, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, back down to business. 3335 sensor. I haven't had really any issues with it. Does the job, picks up on all my pads. I used this mouse on the Raiden for quite a long time. I never had a spin out with it, unlike the Burst Pro. And then my MM720 actually started having spin outs as well on the Raiden, which I'm very, very upset about. But it doesn't really matter because I moved on to glass now, so we're good. But yeah, sensor checks out, no issues there. Many, many, many people use the sensor on this mouse and does everyone just fine. 1000 Hz, all the deal. Software is a little wonky. There's not a whole lot of settings, but there is a few workarounds in the config. I haven't done them, but plenty of BA members have because pretty much everyone has this mouse. And yeah, they've all done it. It's like fucking debounce or whatever. I don't fucking care. It's good enough for me. Anyways, battery life. It's good. Lasts you several days. I have a full-time job, so I'm not using the mouse all day long, every day, fucking type of shit. So it doesn't really affect me much. I just plug it in when I feel like it needs to be plugged in. Usually I'll plug it in when I plug my headset in because my headset will tell me when it's about to die. And the battery on my headset doesn't last as long as it does on the mouse. So doesn't really ever affect me, and I don't really have any issues with it. But from the people that I've asked, they haven't really kept track of it either because it hasn't really been an issue for anyone. And Ryland, B.A. Ryland, shout outs to him. He's actually done a battery modification to this mouse and cut off 8 grams. He says he gets around 3 hours, I believe he said, of game time, and it only takes 20 minutes or so to charge the mouse. But quite a big difference in weight. You're getting in this sort of range. Actually, I think it's right about this range, but it's like 52 grams or some shit. Crazy. So you could do that, get the mouse much lighter, which would be very nice. And someone like me, it wouldn't really matter with the battery life. I'd just plug it in right before I get on, and then unplug it and start using it. It only takes a few minutes to charge anyways, so there's that. And yeah, what else do we got? The dongle. This fucking Wi-Fi dongle that they gave us. We all have seen it. I don't have to show it right here. I could probably show a little screenshot or something of it. But that's just unacceptable. It really is. Like, it works and all. Apparently the mouse doesn't work if you don't have that stupid antenna plugged in. But the antenna is just way too much. It's just, that's, come on now. Now apparently the newer copies are going to have a different solution for that. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know what the new solution would be. Probably something like Razer or Logitech's, since they have the best shit. Side buttons, they're good. They haven't really like given up on me like the main buttons have. And yeah, I use them a shit ton, so quite a bit of stress testing on those because I use this button for crouching in Quake and this button for my ultimate in Quake, so they get used quite a bit. And my scroll wheel, very nice, hasn't given up on me either. I use it quite a bit. Up for machine gun, down for rail. And I don't really click the thing ever, so I can't really speak on that. But otherwise, the scroll wheel's great. Side buttons are great. I absolutely love the grips that that G-Wolves have come up with for their mice, mainly the Hati-s. And yeah, I love their grips. As you can tell, if you get the colored ones and you have somewhat dirty hands like me because I'm a mechanic, they discolor, but then you get this kind of cool design. So I wish I discolored the whole thing and my thumb was way up here like a weirdo. But yeah, anyways, the grips themselves work very well and I like them a lot. The coating on the mouse is not very good. I guess follow up the grips and why I have the grips on the mouse and why they probably have such good grips is because the coating is shit. It's not the worst coating I've ever used, but it could be much better. It could be textured and not smooth like it is. But I guess that's just personal preference for some people, and yeah. Normal price, $130 for this mouse. It's out of stock, of course. And then the sale price is $109 or something like that. I got mine on X-Ray Pad and I pre-ordered it for like $99 and then there was shipping and whatnot. But I guess it's pretty hard to get your hands on one of these nowadays. So if you see one and you really, really want this mouse, I'd say get it because it's going to be hard to come by, I guess, when they do come in stock because everyone's going to be ordering them up. But is this an endgame mouse? I'd say for many, many people, yes. With a battery mod, yes. Yes, 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 yes. You tinker with the clicks, get your tensioning right, put whatever switches you really want in there, get it tensioned right so they're not all over the place. And I think, yes, this is a great endgame mouse. And if you're a mouse collector, like I guess a few of us are, you should definitely have one of these in your collection because they're fucking sweet. But they have their issues, and you should know about them, like the wobble, the pre and post travel, and the center ring that weighs it down, the coating, That's pretty much it. Everything else on this mouse is legit. The latency, the side buttons, the grips. Yeah, I haven't had double clicking or anything like that. It's just the pre and post travel. It's no misclicks or anything like that. I just want to get that straight. But yeah, sweet ass mouse. Has its issues. Pick one up. Like and sub, dudes. Peace.